Welcome back to this special edition of Cattlemen to Cattlemen, coming to you from our nation's capital. NCBA's efforts in Washington help to protect the business climate for cattlemen and women all across our country. Joining us now with more on the political climate in Washington, D.C. is Colin Woodall, NCBA's Vice President of Government Affairs. Colin, USDA recently announced its decision to withdraw the GIPSA rule. What does that mean to cattle producers?
What it means is that the government's not going to tell cattle producers how they can or cannot produce or market their cattle. And that's a huge win. In essence, this rule was allowing USDA to determine what is fair in the marketplace. And I think we can all agree that the last group we want determining what's fair in the marketplace is the federal government, regardless of whose administration we're under. So that's why we see the repeal of the GIPSA rule as a huge victory for us, because again, it allows us to keep our branded programs and allow the producer to make the decisions that are best for them.
So what other kinds of accomplishments or legislative actions do we see occurring before the end of the year?
We expect a lot of action between now and the end of the year by Congress, and of course topping that list is comprehensive tax reform. The first opportunity we've had to do this in almost 31 years. There's a lot of motivation not only by the President but also by the House and the Senate to get this thing done, and there's a lot of ways that we as producers will be able to benefit from it, including working to repeal the death tax and to make sure that we keep that tax burden as low as possible on producers. We also expect to get a start on the 2018 Farm Bill, which again will have huge impact on us.
And my compliments to you and your staff for all the great videos and the work you've done on the death tax. That's been absolutely outstanding. From a regulatory standpoint, tell us this, what do you anticipate in terms of your priorities as we think of things not just from legislative but also from a regulatory perspective?
On the regulatory side, the focus really is still at EPA. And even though we have a new administrator, Scott Pruitt, and somebody who's working with us, we still have a lot of challenges. We're getting close on rollback of the Waters of the United States rule. We're not there yet, but we are getting close. But afterwards, we're going to have to put in a replacement that still protects water, but more importantly, protects the property rights of producers. And we also need to make sure that moving forward, we roll back any effort by EPA to try to consider manure as a hazardous waste, something that we're also fighting right now. So we still have a lot of challenges, even with the friendly administration.
And you speak about the friendly administration. What's been the biggest differences over the last 10, 11 months in dealing with the Trump administration for you and your staff?
The biggest difference is seeing members of this administration willing to talk to us, to get our feedback, just to run ideas by. That has been really refreshing because they care about what cattle producers are thinking. They care about their impact on cattle producers. So to be able to have an administration that is willing to take an approach that is beneficial for us rather than fighting us all the time has been a great change.
Real refreshing change. What's your message to viewers in terms of how they can get engaged in helping you and your staff accomplish some of these priorities?
Well, the biggest thing is to become a member of the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. You know, cattle producers can't be in Washington, D.C. every day, but those dues dollars goes to making sure that we are here, walking the halls of Congress up the street here, and also in agencies at EPA just right across the street from us. So it's extremely important to make sure that you're a part of the overall effort, and being a member is the best way that you can do that.
Fantastic. Congratulations to you and your staff on the great accomplishments. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you, Kevin.
Now, if you'd like to stay up to date on key issues and events from D.C., one way is by becoming a member of NCBA. Members receive the Beltway Beef newsletter, a weekly report straight from Washington that gives an up-to-date summary of top policy initiatives that'll impact your business. Joining is easy. Just call 1-866-233-3872, or you can visit the website ncba.org.